Over the last 7 years, I've grown Little Boomers Basketball from one location that I completely ran myself to a national franchise network with over 2,600 kids enrolled this term. And I only spend about 10 hours a week working on it. In this video, I'm going to show you the mindset shift that changed everything for me. The same shift that took me from being stuck in the day-to-day to leading a business that grows without me. Because right now, most business owners are trapped. They're exhausted, overwhelmed, doing everything themselves. And they've built a job, not a business. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 4 key mindset shifts that will help you stop working in your business and start working on it, so you can finally step in the role of a real business owner. So this Thursday, we have our annual Boomers Leadership Conference. All the franchisees are flying down to Sydney for a one-day workshop. And the theme of this workshop is how to stop working in your business and work on your business. And there's a very clear distinction from working in your business versus on your business. And we're going to go over that in this video. The mindset shift you need to make to stop working on your business, in your business, I should say, and start working on your business, right? Moving from an operator to an owner. When I started my business in 2018, right? I was growing really fast. We were the first providers for kids basketball. I was on 16 enrollments. I went to 32, 94, 132, 150. And unfortunately, I didn't have the right belief system for growth. I was very controlling. I actually made my coaches call me after class when I wasn't there to tell me how the class went. And I was running 26 classes per week. So I had 26 phone calls, each one going for about 10 minutes, where the coach would give me a brief on the class, right? Think about that for a second. That's how controlling I was in my business. And I got that from another business owner thinking that was normal. So I had to really change my belief system. If I wanted to scale my franchise, which is on about 400 enrollments right now, if I wanted to scale this to 400 enrollments every single term, that's about 4, 8, 12, 1,600 kids a year. If I wanted to do that, I had to change the mindset I had about business so that it wasn't solely dependent on me, so that I wasn't controlling, so that I wasn't micromanaging. And what we're going to be talking about in this video is the belief, the limiting belief that you might have that you need to change in order to expand and work on your business so that you're on it and not in it. Let's get into it. So before I get into it, here is why most entrepreneurs get stuck. It's the biggest thing that they get stuck with when they're moving from working in their business to working on the business. As a business owner, the reason why you fall in love with your business is from the work that you do. I loved coaching. That's where I fell in love with my business, so I started a coaching business. A carpenter loves carpeting, so he starts his own carpeting firm. A painter loves painting, fell in love with painting, so he starts his own painting company. But what you don't know is the transition that happens from technician to business owner. And not many people make that move from technician to business owner. They're still operating in technician mode. When you make that move, you're no longer working on the tools or doing the actual painting. You're now managing people. You're now leading a team. You're now running marketing, right? There's a whole different ball game when you're moving from technician to business owner. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't make that move from technician to business owner. And as a result, their business goes bankrupt. They sell their business, or even worse, they go back to being just a technician and a one-man band. Very important that we make that distinction from moving from technician to business owner. Let's get into the first mindset shift that you need to make. Mindset shift number 1, you got to let go of control. You must let go of control. And boy, I struggled with this early on in the first 2 years. I thought I had to coach all my classes, say hello to all my members, be there on the court, go to the schools, go here, go there. I really had control issues. And the reality is, I can't expand my business. My business can't run without me being there if I'm the bottleneck of the business, right? And the first mindset shift you need to make is you just got to let go of control. You need to empower your team, hire the right people, empower them, and have them run the business, right? But for me, it was very hard for me to let go of control early on because I thought I had to be doing everything. And if you don't make that change, here's what's going to happen. You're going to either experience burnout and become distasteful and start to hate your business because you're constantly putting out fires because you've got control issues, right? That's what's going to happen. Or number 2 is your business is going to hit a ceiling because the reality is your business can't grow. Your business has to grow without you. If it's reliant solely on you, you become the bottleneck of your business, and eventually your business hits a plateau. So that's what happens if you don't let go of control. So number one, you got to let go of control. Let's move on to the next one. The other day I was speaking to a lady and she was telling me that she's run some hypothetical profit and loss numbers and she wanted to run them by me. So I said, okay, what do you have? I've calculated, Emile, the court hire fees to be about $200 an hour. And then I said, whoa, hold on. Your numbers are really off. And so I said, where did you get those numbers from? Oh, look, I assumed. Never assume. I've created a franchise profit calculator where you can input real numbers, court hire fees, coaches' wages, how many kids you have in the program, so you can find out what your potential profit is per class. Click the link below to use the calculator. I hope you find it useful. Mindset shift number 2, stop chasing perfection. Wow, this was hard for me to learn. So I was coaching all my classes and I was a very good coach. I mean, I've been doing it for 5 years. I had a very good coaching ability. Parents will come up to me and say, man, you're a really good coach. How long have you been doing this for? So when I hired a coach, I wanted them to coach exactly how I did it. My same tone, my same voice, how I set up the class, how I interacted. And guess what? When I found out that they didn't do it exactly how they want, which is impossible because everybody's unique, I became very frustrated. I would start micromanaging. Why are you doing this? I want you to do it like this. I want you to do it like this. I want you to do it like that. I started to micromanage. The reality is you can't chase perfection as a business owner. Every single person is unique and has a unique ability. Every coach, any employee has a unique way of doing things. Yes, you do have a standard operating procedure, but everybody's going to add their own twist. You can't strive for perfection. And a really good quote that I now adopt is 80% done is 100% awesome. 80% done is 100% awesome. When we bring on a coach, I no longer want them to be 100% like me. In fact, that's impossible. If I have that standard, I'm going to be disappointed a lot. If I expect every coach to operate like me as a business owner, I'm going to be disappointed. So now if I can have 80% of me, that's 100% awesome. If I bring on a coach and they're 80% of the ability of me and they can deliver a class 80% to what I can, that's freaking awesome. I'll take that. So 80% done is 100% awesome. Don't strive for perfection. Let's move on to the next one. Mindset shift number 3, you're the coach, not the player, right? Early on in my business career, when I had coaches under me, I had a bit of a micromanaging issue, right? I wanted things done a certain way. I would watch over them. I had a bit of trust issues if they were by themselves. And I really had to overcome that struggle. Now, I'm not a controller. I don't micromanage. Instead, I think of myself as a coach, right? I give feedback to my team to help them improve. And I get feedback back from them. I've changed my approach to micromanaging, to giving feedback. Think about it from a coach, a professional sports team, right? When the team goes out to the field or goes out to the court to the play, the coach can't do anything from that point onwards. All the preparation work that was done before that has been done. That's what you can focus on. Now it's up to your team to execute. No matter what you do on the field, yes, you've got a halftime, you've got a timeout, you can give feedback points, but it's up to them to perform. And that's what I'm like now. I see my team as a sports team. I prep them up. They get prep work from a leader of how to run the class. And then when they go on the court, it's all them, time to deliver. And I just give feedbacks to help them tweak and make them a better coach. So don't get into the habit of micromanaging. It actually really wears you down as a business owner. If you become a to-do list general, where you say, have you done this, have you done this, have you done this, have you done it, why did you do that? It actually wears you down as a business owner. You want to empower your people, bring the right people onto your team, train them, and give them the trust to deliver your product or service. Don't become a micromanager. Mindset shift number 4, think in terms of systems, not tasks. If you want to start working on your business and not in your business, you've got to have systems for your people to use. So whenever your people are stuck, they don't know what to do, they go to your systems instead of going to you. They go to your playbooks, your training manuals, your guides, instead of going to you, right? So very early on when I started my business, imagine if I said to a coach, I want you to run a 1-hour basketball class. But I didn't specify how I wanted the class. Do I want to warm up? Do I want skills? What type of skills? Do I want to play a game? And I just said, run it however you want. I would get a very, very, very interesting 1-hour class, wouldn't I? I'd probably be saying after, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you run it like that? Right? And that's what a lot of business owners do. But I've refined that. I said, okay, this is our session plan. This is what we run in week 1. This is what we run in week 2. every single session has a warm-up, 2 skills and a game. For week 1, this is how you run the skills. There's systems in place. There's an app on the phone where they can have the drills. We've created the systems in the business so that our coaches can go to these systems and learn how to do it. And we've made them really easy, visual diagrams, photos, and descriptions. So if you want to start working on your business and not in your business, you need to start thinking of, okay, what system can I create for my team to go to if they're stuck so they don't have to go to me? So that if you're on a holiday, if you're away, your staff aren't saying, far out, where's Emile? I don't know how to do this. How do I do this? You want to have SOPs, standard operating procedures, and that's going to allow you to work on your business and not in it. So guys, to summarize this video, working on your business and not working in your business, it's not about how many hours you put into your business. You know, somebody can put 2 hours into their business. It can be the most productive 2 hours and yield a net return. Somebody can do 8 hours a day and do nothing, meaningless tasks. So it's not about hours in your business. It's about the quality of your hours. It's about what you're working on as a business owner. Are you in your business or are you on your business? If you want to make that transition from in your business to on your business, the first thing you need to do is have that mindset shift change. Don't think like a technician anymore. Put your business owner and business owner hat on and get out of that technician mode. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.